Good morning. You're listening to Slices of Wenatchee. We're excited to bring you a closer look at one of our top stories and other important happenings every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Today, love blossomed at East Wenatchee Senior Living, where two residents found each other late in life and just tied the knot at 83 and 90 years old. Before we continue, have you joined Neighbor yet? If not, download the app today and join local conversations about issues that matter. Neighbor is a site just for our local community focused on facts, not misinformation. Best of all, it's free for everyone. To learn more, visit wenatcheeworld.com/NABUR. Now, let's jump in. It was a quiet Sunday afternoon when the dining hall at East Wenatchee Senior Living filled with the sound of walkers shuffling across tile, the soft chatter of guests settling in, and the rustle of corsages being pinned. Light poured in through tall windows, catching on lace table runners and pastel flower arrangements. At the front of the room stood Maria Luisa Chavez, age 83, and Marvin Herschel, age 90, dressed in their Sunday best, holding hands and proving that love really can arrive when you least expect it. Maria had moved in just months earlier, relocating from Quincy to be closer to her daughter. Marvin was already a familiar face in the community. On her move-in day, she paused outside his sliding glass door while staff carried in her things. Marvin stepped outside, saw a new face, and gently asked, "Where's your husband?" When Maria told him he had passed, Marvin replied, "Mine too." They shared a moment of understanding and a bit of humor. When he commented that her loved one was in a better place, she repeated the phrase, and he laughed. Right then, Marvin said, "I knew I had a crackpot on my hands." It wasn't love at first sight exactly, but something shifted on a community bus trip to the 59er Diner. Sitting side by side, they chatted during the ride. On the way back, Marvin asked the driver to stop at a candy shop. He handed out sweets to everyone on the bus, saving the rest for Maria. Then he placed his hand over hers, warm and steady, and for the first time, she didn't pull away. That was the beginning. Within days, Marvin told Maria he wanted to marry her. She chuckled and told him they could be friends, but he was persistent, kind, and patient. Her daughter met him and gave her blessing. Eventually, Maria said yes, thoughtfully but with full heart. She told him, "If we are going to be together all the time and help each other, then yes, let's marry." Both had long, full lives behind them. Marvin, a Navy veteran, spent 20 years serving aboard ships in Korea, Vietnam, and during the Cuban blockade. He was raised on a North Dakota farm before settling in Wenatchee at age 10. Maria, born in Chihuahua, Mexico, moved to the U.S. in 1969, where she raised 3 children, learned English in community college, and worked in manufacturing. She lived in Mount Vernon and Mill Creek before moving in with her daughter in Quincy, eventually making the transition to East Wenatchee. Now, they've joined their stories. Between them, they count children, stepchildren, grandchildren, and depending on who's tallying, maybe 9 great-grandchildren. These days, they attend church together, shop for groceries, check on each other's hearing aids and glasses, and cook for 2 instead of 1. Maria, who prides herself on nutrition, says their health has even improved. On November 16th, they stood before friends and family to say their vows. Pastor Brian Schwartz, who led the ceremony, reminded everyone that while the body may grow older, love doesn't have to fade. The couple exchanged rings and promises, their voices quiet but unwavering. When Marvin leaned in for a kiss, the room erupted. Cheers, claps, and even a few joyful tears. For more, head over to WenatcheeWorld.com. Are you passionate about the issues shaping North Central Washington? Then you won't want to miss the Wenatchee World Forum at Pybus. This monthly event brings together newsmakers and the community to dive into the topics that matter most. It's your chance to engage, ask questions, and be part of the conversation shaping our region's future. Have questions or need more info? Visit WenatcheeWorld.com/forum. Now, a few other stories you should know about. A 16-year-old Bridgeport boy has been charged as an adult in the deadly shooting of Adnan Abu Ammo, a 68-year-old East Wenatchee man. Prosecutors say Juan Valvadinos Vasquez faces second-degree murder and first-degree assault charges with firearm enhancements, after Abu Amma was found shot multiple times in his car along Highway 97. Abu Amma was the executive director of TranCare and owned a local gold shop. His family says he was generous and deeply involved in the Wenatchee Valley soccer scene. In Bridgeport, 23-year-old Monica Mercado turned herself in after allegedly stabbing a store clerk in the face during a confrontation at San Marcos Market. The incident followed a prior dispute between the two women. The victim was hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries, and authorities say the case appears to be isolated. Mercado is now in custody facing charges. Wenatchee firefighters responded to a 2-alarm house fire on Woodward Avenue Tuesday afternoon that disrupted traffic along 5th Street for hours. Crews arrived to find smoke and flames from both the first floor and basement, though 2 residents in a separate unit escaped safely. The cause of the fire is under investigation, and pets reported inside the home could not be located. A packed public meeting in Malaga this week revealed growing concern over the Chelan-Douglas Port Authority's plan to create a tax increment finance, or TIF, district. The proposal would redirect future tax revenue increases to fund local infrastructure projects, but county officials and public agencies worry it could reduce funding for services like libraries and fire protection. Residents at the meeting voiced skepticism, and while the port argues the TIF could spur redevelopment of the former Alcoa smelter site, critics say the cost to taxpayers and services could be too high. A final vote is set for December 9th. Thanks for listening. For more information on all the stories you heard today, visit us at WenatcheeWorld.com. The Wenatchee World has been engaging, informing, and inspiring North Central Washington communities since 1905. We encourage you to subscribe today to keep your heart and mind connected to what matters most in North Central Washington. Thanks for starting your morning with us, and don't forget to subscribe to Slices of Wenatchee wherever you listen to podcasts.